Yes. We are here. The Triggered Yogi live stream. Welcome. Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 1st, 9:01 a.m. Made it to the stream on time, baby, even though the kid is tired, bro. Been coaching, teaching a lot over at John Reed, which is where I'm teaching some mobility yoga classes, teaching a lot of HIIT classes. Haven't really taught HIIT classes since the pandemic, since I was teaching over at F45. That's mostly coaching because the workouts are already planned out for you. So it's mostly coaching over at John Reed. The fun and challenging part about coaching. Oh, excuse me. That was I was saying the 40 at 45 the workouts are planned out for you. The fun but also challenging part about coaching at John Reed is mixing it up, and we plan out our workout. There's a template of workouts that um, so it's just mainly the exercises that you're planning out when I'm coaching at John Reed. It's fun, but it's also challenging to keep mixing it up for the good John Reed community. But I'm having a good time. A lot of hit classes that they have over there. Um, and yeah, I'm having a good time over there. Love the gym. It's such a great gym. It's such a cool gym. It's such a nice environment. Um, Clean. I love a clean gym, man. Oh, I love a clean gym. So, having a good time over there. But the kid is tired. The kid is tired. It does take a lot of energy. Um, um, Teaching and coaching these workouts. Been teaching 2, 3 times a day over there. Not teaching today. Today is my day off. Not teaching over there today. Today is going to be about catching up with all the editing that I need to do. Man, I got a fire sketch in the cooker, in the frying pan right now. That's going to be the first thing I work on editing this morning so I could get that out, slide it on my trials, my Instagram trials on Thursday. I collabed with a funny comedian, Sean Mahoney, got my son and one of his friends in the sketch. So I'm really, really excited about this sketch. I did collab with another comic last week. That is on my trials. It was a tough edit, I will say. It was a tough edit, but I think I put it together nicely. It started doing pretty good on trials yesterday when I put it up. So, man, it's just about adding to this momentum. What's going on, Vadim? Vadim, what a nice name. What's going on? Thanks for popping in, jumping in. Who else we got? Greetings and salutations, Mansoor, Leroy, J Dog. J Dog. I'm a big fan of a J. You know what I'm saying? That's my son's name. His name is Jalen. He goes by J or JD. His middle name is Davis, so he goes by JD. I call him Budski. That's my little Budski. Momentum, man. Momentum, man. When you get it, you gotta lean in, because yeah, momentum is an interesting thing, man. It's like a snowball. You keep it going as long as you can keep it going, but there are road bumps when it comes to momentum. Sometimes it slows down, sometimes it turns. Man, that momentum, that positive momentum will turn on you unexpectedly, and you got to just push through those turns. Like, oh, what happened, what happened? It was so positive. It was so, we were rolling, we were moving, and then boom, there's a snag in the momentum. You just gotta Gotta ride through those snags and just keep it going. Positive, 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 positive momentum. That's what I'm trying to do with this social media and these sketches. The sketches are adding a little bit of momentum to my Instagram, to my TikTok. Trying to get to 1,000 people on TikTok. I just started my new TikTok page, 16 Dad Jokes, which is the name of my comedy special that I'm going to premiere June 20th, the day before Father's Day. I'm gonna perform that in the studio, Yoga Leroy Studio. We're also gonna stream that on where are we gonna stream it? On uh somewhere. What's it? I can't see, the coffee isn't coffeeing yet. The coffee isn't coffeeing yet. It starts with a P. What is it called? I can't think. What's going on, Dom? I need you to get your own YouTube page. You be logging into your son's YouTube page. Get your own YouTube page, man. You sliding on your son's YouTube page. I like you on YouTube though. So yeah, man, this whole week is about momentum and driving that positive momentum, keeping that positive momentum going. You got to be resilient when you start to tap into that positive momentum, man. You got to be resilient, you know. You got to be furious about that momentum. You got to be, you know, passionate about it. Keep that ball rolling, baby. How is the week, my friends? How is the week? How are we doing? How are we feeling? What triggers are coming up? Let's talk about it. Drop it into the chat. Uh I talk a lot about family. That's where a lot of the triggers lie, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the triggers, especially in my life, man. Family does seem to tap on those emotional chords a little bit, a little bit harder than the rest of the people, you know what I'm saying? The rest of the people in the wild, when it comes to family, they really get at you. They know those pressure points, they know your pressure points. Um, what I think is important, when it comes to family and when it comes to triggers, is just cleaning up your side of the street. Listen, I talk about it, it's hard cleaning up your side of the street, having the courage to acknowledge when you might have messed up, having the courage to acknowledge, take accountability, clean up your side. But here is the really difficult part when you clean up your side. When you clean up your side of the street and the other party doesn't acknowledge their side of the street, and it's just like, yeah, you're forgiven. It's like, yeah, 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 you fucked up. Yeah, 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 that was all you. Yeah, 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 yeah. And when that happens, you have to just be like, okay, you know, this person's not ready to take any accountability in their part. But that's their journey, you know what I'm saying? That's their journey. You gotta just accept it and just know you did your part. And that could be a tough thing. That could be a struggle. What's up, Ash? OMG. Hi. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on the stream. This is the Trigger Yogi live stream talking about momentum this week. Love to have that positive momentum rolling in your life. Oh, it feels so good. I'm touching a little bit of it. The studio is coming together. We got a fun show this weekend that we're going to stream on Kick. Bryce Jared's I Must Confess Part 3, Episode 3. It's going to stream live in the studio comedy Yoga Leroy Studios on the Kick channel. So make sure you follow Yoga Leroy Studios on Kick on Saturday starting at 7. The stream will be live. The show will start around 8 8 p.m., but we're going to stream also the setup, the behind the scenes, and all the fun stuff before. And then we're going to jump into the show at 8 p.m. this Saturday. Bryce Jared's, I must confess. Tune in, make sure you lock that in on your calendar. That is going to stream exclusively on my Kick channel, Yoga Leroy Studios. Baby, what's going on, chat? Talk to me. What's going on? How is the week? Talk to me whether you want to troll or not. I welcome the trolls, man, as long as you don't get too weird. I know the kids are on spring break. Um, they were active yesterday. All the kids, all the kids. Don't you love a spring break unless you're streaming live? Because I notice these kids don't go outside no more. They just jump on the internet and look for somebody to troll. That's what these kids are doing these days, man. Things are so different than when I was a kid, man. We was going outside and punching people in the face when I was a kid. That's what we was doing. We weren't just punching people in the face, but yeah, man, we like to fight back in the day. Y'all don't like to fight. Y'all just like to make fun of each other. I guess that's a maybe a healthier way, if in some people's opinion. Um, but y'all like to be mean, but you're not ready to get punched in the face, and that's the problem, man. Everybody should get punched in the face at least 3 times in their life. Just feel what that feels like. Feel what that feels like, man. Yeah. It'll change some of y'all's tone. You know what I'm saying? A good punch in the face. Man, I was watching Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is making a comeback, so he's going on a little tour of podcasts and whatnot. Brittany, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on to the chat. I don't know if you guys like MMA or not, but I do. I do. I do. I like MMA. And one thing I was so I'm watching Nate Diaz because he was keep him humble. Someone got him, man. Someone got it because these kids is wild, bro. These kids is what's happening? What's happening? Kill Leroy. Is that a real? Oh, I love that, bro. Golly, Kill Leroy. That's good. Bro switched up his name. I like it though. Kill Leroy. Yeah. A friend of mine suggested that I start a show like Kill Tony, like Kill Leroy, where comics just try to make me laugh because people think I don't like to laugh. I love to laugh. The problem is with a lot of these comics is they ain't funny. I'm in Los Angeles. I see a lot of stand-up comics perform and a lot of stand-up comics in these, but maybe it's just the open mic space. I see a lot of comics in these open mic spaces, and they're not really telling jokes. They're just talking about all the things they hate in their life. That's not funny. Nobody cares. We all hate stuff. What's funny about that? I've been talking about this one comic that just loves to talk about how she hates men. I'm like, come on, man, there ain't nothing else you got to talk about. I know men could be toxic and annoying, but so can women. We're all kind of annoying at times, you know what I'm saying? It's not just men, you know. But men are kind of the topic of the subject because there is a lot of men out here wilding, you know what I'm saying? Especially our public figures, our president, and you know. So I do kind of get it, but at the same time, men are gonna men. You know what I'm saying? Men are gonna men. Women are gonna women. I think women are just a little bit more quiet with their toxic things that they do. They're a little softer, it's a little less aggressive, more passive aggressive. Men are more aggressive with their bullshit. It's like right in your face. We just do things different, but it doesn't mean that we're not all putting that weird energy out into the streets We all got that weird energy that we put out in the street. We just do it differently. It's the people that are accountable, to it and don't play like they're right and everybody else is wrong. I can't stand that. I'm so over the man hate trend. Oh man, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, that's really all women comics really talk about, how much men suck. I'm like, especially in LA, man, people just don't like men anymore out in LA. And if you are a man and you act like a man, oh, you are the problem. If you have any type of man energy, like how people want men in Los Angeles is they want them beta, soft, you know, they want them that's how they want, or they want them gay. Gay men thrive in Los Angeles. Thrive. Let me tell you, they thrive. There there's some there's some girl on your pod that is annoying. I don't know her name, but I'm gonna call her Beth. She looks like a Beth. That's my good friend. There's only one woman that has been on my pod, and she is, well, stop being mean. That's your opinion. You just don't like women. Stop it. She's not annoying. She's really funny. She is a fantastic comic. And that's why she's on the pod. I mean, I don't mess with a lot of women comedians because I don't find a lot of them. I mean, I don't want to be like a lot of women comics aren't funny, because some aren't funny. There are a lot of funny comics. I just don't like women that just, I don't know. Maybe it's just not good. The platform is just like such a dude heavy energy. Comedy Fitness is kind of like a dude like garage. So it is hard for women to come in and find their voice on the show. I think my female friend Elisa does a great job, and adding that female balance. But I could understand why somebody that doesn't like girls would not like her. No, I'm kidding, Dom. I know you kind of like girls a little bit, but she is one of my favorite people in the city. I will have to say, um, women are more manipulative than physical with their BS. They mess with your mind and emotions. Man, don't they? Don't they do it? They are professionals at it. It's such a they're masters at their work, man. And you know the funny thing about this term gaslighting? Oh, people say that men gaslight. Oh, women are professionals at it, because you don't even know you're being gaslit until like days later, and you're like, what happened? How did I lose that argument? How did I lose that fight? I mean, how'd that happen? They're professionals. I feel like the name gives me superpowers. Kill Leroy? Might be right though. I woke up in the morning, have my coffee, eggs, and misogyny. Yeah, no, I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. Give my friends a chance, man. Give my friends a chance. Trust and believe. If you see somebody on one of my streams or my podcasts, just know they are solid. I vet this place so much. Why? Why do I vet? Why do I not just let anybody come and work out in this space? Because there's a lot of bullshit people out here in Los Angeles. There's a lot of bullshit comics. There's a lot of people that come in here, smile in your face, use up all your fucking resources, then turn around and talk shit to everybody behind your back. It's happened to me so many times. A lot of the times it is women and and bitch dudes who are also, in my opinion, women. Um, So I definitely, if you see somebody on one of my shows, just know that person is solid, 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 you know. And they're funny. You got to be funny because I need funny people around me. I am not one of those kind of persons that was like, no, I want to be the funniest person in the room. That's not how I am. That's not how I've ever been. I want talented people around me. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to give other people platforms, just like Tony Hitchcliffe. I mean, Tony Hitchcliffe is a funny guy. He's a roast master, but he puts on really entertaining, really funny people, and he gives them a platform to just shine and to win. You know, Kill Tony is, man, they should have a Kill Tony Day. He's done so much for the comedy community. A female comic I really can't stand is that Maddie chick from Wildin' Out. I don't really watch Wildin' Out. I don't know who that is, but the female comics that I can't stand aren't female comics that anybody knows because they're not successful. But I know them because they're in Los Angeles, just taking up fucking space. Got a nice thumbs down, first thumbs down of the morning. Someone dropped in, didn't like that I was better looking than them, and said, nope, this person has it too good. Let me humble this king with a thumbs down. It doesn't humble me at all. That thumbs down was wasted, man. I know I'm doing something right when I get a hater in the chat first thing in the morning. Man, I'm tired. Someone balanced it out with a thumbs up, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that thumbs up, man. Appreciate that. What we got going on, chat? What we got going on? We are talking about momentum. Are you feeling it in your life? Let me know about it. What's going on? Anything happening? Brittany, how them farm animals doing? What's your favorite animal? Like, Brittany, I want to ask what animals do you have on your farm, and what are the favorite animals that you have on your farm? I feel like if I had a farm with a bunch of fucking animals, my favorite animals would be the goats. Why? Because they are so funny. Are goats not funny? They're expressive. They want smoke. They just try to fight everybody, or not even fight. And here's the thing about goats. I don't even think it's a fight. I think it's a term of endearment. I'm going to run my head into your ass to show you that I care. And, no emotion into it, no emotion. You just going to get this work. Goats are the best, aren't they? They're so funny. Cleaning stalls as we speak. Horse stalls. Brittany, you really about that farm life. Waking up in the morning, cleaning the stalls, making sure the space is nice and clean for the animals. Really about it. We have dairy cows, beef cows, chickens, pigs, horses. The horses have my heart, but I truly love them all. That's fantastic. Horses are beautiful creatures. Also expressive, which I love. I love an expressive animal, you know. I have some friends in Washington that have farms and land. Muslim? Why would I be Muslim? What is that about? Can you shut the fuck up, bro? On my live stream, can I shut the fuck up? That don't make no sense. I do appreciate Arthur jumping in, talking shit with a profile picture up. That is not common. That is not common for somebody to come in and troll the stream with the profile picture up. I do appreciate you showing your face, a troll with some balls. You love to see it. But I gotta say, Arthur, this is the Trigger Yogi live stream. It would be weird if I came on a live stream and just not said anything. That would be strange. So, the answer to your question, I can't. I can't. That would defeat the purpose of having a live stream if I just shut the fuck up to answer your question. But thanks for participating. Throw a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or maybe you were the thumbs down. You know, appreciate you popping in. All right. Maybe you've already escaped because you hated the stream, which is your right as a human being to not like stuff. A lot of times we just don't give things a chance, man. You got that cool hat and you pulled up and chose violence. Um, but you know, not everybody wakes up with a winning spirit. You woke up with that losing spirit, and that happens. It is Hump Day, though. We are getting closer to Friday. You should wake up with a little bit more positivity in your life, or at least try attempt. I know one thing not to add positivity in your life is to jump on some random person's stream and tell them to shut the fuck up. That's not how you do it. That's not how the laws of attraction and karma works, you know. So maybe try a different way, man. But I'm gonna let you live, brother, because I do appreciate you joining the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you live, you know what I'm saying? You weren't too mean, you just wanted me to shut the fuck up for a second, you know what I'm saying? But I can't do it. Can't do it. It's the Trigger Yogi live stream. I got a speaker, I gotta talk. I gotta talk, or it'd just be weird if I just sat here and just stared at the camera. You know? That'd be strange. Mate, Cook, 1992. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on the stream. How are things? How's the week so far? It's Wednesday, it's hump day. Today's going to be an editing day for me. That's what I got planned. I got a nice little sketch in the cooker that I'm going to work on after I get off this stream. And then I got about 3 episodes of Comedy Fitness Live I need to cut up and start posting. That page has been so dormant because I just haven't been editing that show. I just haven't been editing it. Oh, there goes the camera. Camera acting funny again. It acts funny sometimes. All right, we are reaching that 30-minute mark. I need y'all to talk to me. I ain't got nothing to talk about. Good, good, good. Just come across the live scrolling. Yeah, man, appreciate you jumping on, coming across it, giving it a chance, seeing what we're talking about. This is the Trigger Yogi live stream. I do talk about my triggers, but we also talk about bullshit. A lot of the times, I just engage with the trolls in the chat. That sometimes it's just me semi crashing out when the trolls hit the chat. But you know, I didn't go too hard on Arthur, who told me to shut the fuck up, because number one, I already like Arthur, even though he told me to shut the fuck up, and he might not be here anymore. He might have already just like wanted to tell me to shut the fuck up and then leave. But I already like him. Number one, he has a profile picture up, right? So that's a troll with some balls, right? Because most of the time when someone comes in and slides that negativity on the chat, they have no profile picture up. They're just a troll. Arthur has his photo up. Man, tells me a lot about this king, right? Tells me a lot. Tells me that he's a real person. He's not just here to troll people, even though he jumped on here and told me to shut the fuck up because he didn't like what I had to say, right? But at the same time, I respect it, man. showing your face on the internet, not just being a troll, I respect it. All right. So didn't go too hard on Arthur, but also I'm still waking up. I'm tired. I don't really have the energy to battle with you guys today. What are your plans for the rest of the day? Man, I am just this is gonna be an editing day for me and a writing day. So what the momentum that I have going in my life is my father son sketches that I've been mostly putting on my Instagram page because my goal is to get to 100,000 followers on Instagram by July. That is my goal. Really by June. But ChatGPT says that's unrealistic. But that is my plan. I like unrealistic goals, and I encourage you guys to really embrace unrealistic goals. You tell the universe that you want something so big, and the universe tells you, I'm going to help you try to get there, but we might meet halfway. Still, you're getting closer to that goal. So I I set my goals really, really big. So my goal for Instagram is to hit 100,000 by June, which it would by June 1st, which would be 20 days before my special. And that would be so magic if I hit that. So I am really, really, really pushing my my skits on Instagram. I've also been putting the really good ones on TikTok to try to build that page. My goal with TikTok is just to get to 1,000 followers, because once you get 1,000 followers, you could live stream. And I want to live stream my bro days that I have with my son. We call them bro days. We've been doing it since he was like 5, which is just the father son days. We go out, we see a movie, or we go to, I don't know, just a outing with the bud, with the little buddy, he's not a little buddy anymore. He's a big buddy now. So that's my day. I'm gonna just be in the lab editing, and then I'm going to, after I'm gassed out from the editing, because man, it will gas you out. Then I'm gonna just be writing, setting myself up, writing new sketches. I need to write a new need to write at least 3 new sketches and start shooting sketches on Thursday and Friday so I could put them out on Saturday, put them on trials. I put them on the trials and let them live there for 3 or 4 days, depending on how they're moving. And yeah, baby, that's the plan. That's the plan. Haters are going to hate, man. And the thing about haters are, a lot of times, especially when you're starting out building a platform, you're going to get a lot of quote unquote haters. Now, what you're going to learn is, if you do decide to jump into this content game and building a platform, those haters aren't really your haters. Matter of fact, haters aren't your haters. Haters are your fans. They are your biggest supporters at time. They are the ones that are going to help your algorithm and drive your page. And I am having a difficult time on Instagram, even though I get a lot of really good most of the comments are funny, 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 hilarious, smiley face, laughing face. But then I'll have 1 or 2 comments that are just haters, right? And they'll open up another dialogue, right? And it's hard to not respond to those. But you have to find a way to not respond in a negative way, because those people are actually doing you such a solid. They're doing you a solid. They're driving a different conversation. That hate energy on social media, it drives a different conversation. It helps your algorithm. So it's tough. It's difficult to deal with criticism, negative criticism, or just pure just like hate, just like shut the fuck up, But it's actually helping you. It's helping you. So you got to just love all of it, every part of it. Now, the kind of hate that I don't like is the kind of hate that I deal with in real time, in Los Angeles, where people are they're trying to sabotage you behind your back. You should upload more on here too. They're pretty funny and relatable, but I don't have other social media platforms besides YouTube. I should. You're absolutely right, Brittany. I should. Here's the thing about YouTube. Even though I really do like YouTube, I love YouTube. I love the platform. I use it all the time for so many things. I watch it all the time for all different things and all different creators. Kill Tony, Drewski. I mean, I love so many different platforms on YouTube. But when it comes to my page, they don't really push my page forward at all. And I've been on YouTube for like almost 20 years, and YouTube doesn't push my page. So I just forget to post on here. It's just not a priority because I'm not really seeing any positive like push. Um when it comes to the shorts, I get a certain number of views and that's it. And it's always around 1,000 to 1,500 views on my shorts, no matter how good it is. And some of these shorts do really well on other platforms, and then I'll post it on YouTube, and I'll just be like, I will give you this many views, and then we'll stop it. So it's literally I just forget to post on here. But I'm gonna make a habit of posting, especially the good ones. Man, I'm gonna post. I'm gonna post a couple today. I'll do that for you, Brittany. Just for you, Brittany. Just for you, Brittany. I'm gonna post on it. I'm gonna post more on here. If you smell what? The rock is cooking. Yeah, man, I've gotten that. I've gotten that. I got the rock vibe. Yeah, people have said that. You got to resurrect the Game of Thrones pool scene from back in the day. Man, that was a good one, wasn't it? I still got that on my phone. I might post it. I might post an old school. That was a good one, wasn't it? Yeah. Stop trying to be cool. Why? Why would I stop trying to be cool? Being cool is so fun. Yawn. Oh, you're tired? Get some coffee in you, man. This is a donut. Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna come. They are gonna come. Let the donuts come on in. Come on in, donuts. Jerron, Mikkel, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on the stream. I do have Facebook, Leon Walker on Facebook. That's my government name, Leon Walker on Facebook. Go follow my Facebook. Another platform that I do forget to post on, and a friend of mine was like, "Man, you got to post your sketches more on Facebook." Now, that because I post all my sketches on Trials first on Instagram, they don't go to my Facebook. A lot of times people connect their Instagram and their Facebook together, so you just post on one and it goes to the other. That doesn't happen with me because I post all my videos on Trials first, and I run it through Trials and see how they will perform on Trials. If they don't perform well, I usually take them down and then re-edit it and try to change it around to make it, pop a little bit more. But I gotta start reposting on Facebook, and I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start doing that. But yeah, Leon Walker on Facebook. I do have a Yoga Leroy page on Facebook as well, but I don't post on that. There's nothing up there. I'll make sure to give your video some love. I appreciate you, Brittany. Appreciate you. Someone say donuts. Uh-oh, you got my man Dom thinking about violence. Donuts and coffee and a smoke. We really doing it, Red Man. Am I Red Man? Post on MySpace also. Man, who remembers MySpace, man? Is MySpace a thing? Is MySpace back a thing? Are people on MySpace? Didn't uh didn't Justin Timberlake buy MySpace or something like that? Speaking of Justin Timberlake, what is up with celebrities drinking and driving, man? Justin Timberlake in the news for getting arrested for a DUI. Now we got Tiger Woods got into a pretty bad car accident, even though nobody was injured. Thank God nobody was injured because he'd have a a lot more issues going on now. He just has to drop out of golf and pretend like he's gonna get help. No, I hope he does get some help because that alcohol is seems to be a issue in Tiger in good old Tiger's life. Gut tick a good bath and stop chatting foolish. Yeah, need fit di di weed the what 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 is that? Where are you from? You the hunky red band. Okay, I'll take it. Tiger Woods too. Yeah, no good, man. Stop drinking and driving, man. Take a Uber or take one of them Waymos, them self-driving cars, man. That could be fun. Bro, MySpace is back, but it's not the same. It's a platform for performers and entertainers. Well, damn, I need to get on that bitch. I need to check that out. MySpace is coming back around. I need to check that out. I'm an entertainer. I'll look into that today. Why not? Jesus loves me. This I know, for the Bible tells me so. I asked AI to paint him Caucasian. Looks cool as shit. If I were a multi-millionaire, I would have a driver. Man, for real. Driving is not fun. It's funny because when I was a kid, but it seems like these kids know that driving isn't fun because none of these kids want to get driver's license. My son is like he does not want to get his driver's license. But when we were kids, we couldn't wait to drive. We thought it was so fun. And man, I was just talking to my son. I was like, man, when I was 15, 16, my parents would let me drive to the uh to the store, pick stuff up, and I would be out. I would like I would snatch those keys so fast. And there were so many times I had so many close calls with like almost hitting people before I had my license. And it was just by the grace of God that I didn't like do you know run somebody over when I was a kid before I had my license. Your eyes are pretty, thank you. JT in his Britney era. Yeah, JT be looking burnt out, doesn't he? These celebrities, man. Being a celebrity is just really not all that is cracked up to be. I think we're seeing that more and more and more and more and more. People still want to get famous and be celebrities, but it really is not all that is cracked up to be. I don't really give a damn about any of that being famous or becoming a celebrity. What I would like is just to build a community of healthy people that like what I got going on. And yeah, that's really all that I'm really trying to do, continuing to create and tell jokes and be funny and throw out these positive vibes, man. And spaz out every now and then, spazzing out can be fun too. Man, the chat's been healthy. You love to see it. We're touching 45 minutes. Yep, 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 yep. That's always nice. The chat's been, the stream's been going a little bit longer, which is good. Longer streams are better. A lot of times I run out of gas. I ain't got shit to talk about, so I drop off. I don't want fame. I just want the money. Yeah, that's a Tupac verse. Yeah, man. I just want that coin, man. Wouldn't that be nice? Get some coin in this lifetime, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Maybe he will attack folks with an umbrella like Brittany did. Brittany is she's a wild young lady. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, when we were in our youth and Brittany was just the best thing since sliced bread, that she would grow up and be so deranged. I live in Los Angeles, so I get to hear Britney stories in real time about her ridiculousness and how she acts in public. Britney oftentimes talks with a British accent when she is in real life. And you know, I I think Madonna also does that. She has adapted this British accent, and that's how she wants to pretend like she actually talks. And Britney does that. And yeah, Britney. I don't know. When you're famous, like how famous she is, she's like super famous, right? And then your career kind of dies, but you're still famous and you're rich. I mean, I guess you kind of do lose your mind a little bit. I mean, there's nothing else to do, you know? That's why you got to keep working, no matter how big or famous or rich you get. You got to keep working. You got to keep finding ways to be creative, especially entertainers, because you will lose it. You will lose it. Just sitting on a boatload of money in a big ass house with no friends because you're famous. So all your friends are trash, right? All the people that you think are 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 your support, they just are there because you're rich and famous. That's that LA life. That's that Hollywood life. You don't have a lot of, man. I was talking about, you know one of the, I don't know if you guys know this artist named La Russell, who's a Bay Area artist, a rapper. And I think one of the hardest things for entertainers when they start to blow up is to keep really strong perspectives in their life, really good mentors, and listening to those mentors. Now, this artist got into some trouble because he put out a verse that was very controversial. It was not a good verse. It was a dog shit verse, but his producer told him not to put it out. His producer said, "Let's not put this out, right? This is not what you want, right?" He did not listen. He put it out, and now he has all this backlash, and he ended up taking down all his social media because of the backlash. Now, this is such a sad thing for me because his whole empire was built on his social media. And one false move can take it down. It could take the whole empire down. That's why you got to keep good people in your life to tell you, like, hey bro, that's not it. Don't do that. That's not where we want to go. But you have to listen. You have to listen to those people. You can't get so big, be like, nah, fuck that. Like, yeah, respectfully, I'm gonna do what I want. And we see what happened. He didn't listen to his producer who was telling him some good advice. Like, bro, that's not what we want. Told him good advice. He didn't listen. And now he has all this backlash, so much backlash. He chose to take down all his social media, something that he's worked really hard at building. And it's just sad, man. It's sad. Madonna is scary looking now. Holy cow. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough trying to stay popular, good looking, relevant, all that stuff. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Fame ain't really all that it's cracked up to be. I think she had a lot happen to her during her formative years. She was an object. Fame is messed up. I don't disagree, man. Young people. I mean, we also see it with Shia LaBeouf. I mean, Shia LaBeouf was famous at a really young age, and now he's uh, pushing 40 and he's having a hard time staying sober, having a hard time connecting to people. He has he's afraid of gay people. He says big gay people scare him. yo, yo, it's just too good. It's too funny. But yeah, it has to be tough being famous for that. Oh man, Amanda Burns. Is that Russ? No, Russ is I know I'm fine, but the money makes me handsomer. No, Russ, I do like that. No, Russ is a very intelligent artist. I mean, I don't think Russ would make a mistake like that. Um, Russ is, I mean, his career very similar to LaRussell in regards to Russ built his empire off of posting social media, uh, putting out songs uh, on his platforms, not really relying on trying to get a record deal, and he blew up, right? But Russ is so strategic, and it seems like, I don't know, this is just what it seems like to me, that he keeps a good, grounded team around him to help him drive the brand forward. LaRussell is a different artist. LaRussell is black, Russ is white. Very both really good rappers and artists. And LaRussell has been like flawless up until this point. Flawless. And then he just, he made one misstep, and that's how, I mean, this learn from these things, because that's how, once you build a brand, one misstep, especially independent artists, people that are building their brand on their own and they're relying on their own fan base, one misstep can take it all away. It could take it all down. That's why you got to keep solid people around you. You got to keep solid people around you to help you move, because it gets confusing. The bigger you get, the more famous you get, the more free you get, because you have so many people supporting you and being like, yeah, do it, yeah, do it, yeah, do it, say it, let's hear it, He said it, and it wasn't the right thing to say, and it all came crashing down, man. Not just any gay people, big gay people. I mean, it doesn't get more funnier than that. It doesn't get more funnier than that. Russ comes to my Pandora playlist. I have Proof Obsession, but Russ plays on there sometimes. Yeah, Russ, I like him. He's a good rapper. Love you, man. Love you back. Wow. I like a good wow. I'll take that wow as a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Especially from heaven. When that wow falls from the sky, when the wow falls from the heavens, oh man, you know it's good. hmm I will take it. I will take it. I will take it. Look at us. Look at us staying healthy in the chat. You love to see it. I'm waking up. I need another cup of coffee. Anybody else? I need another cup. And I got some work to do. You know what I'm saying? What else you guys got going on today? What you guys got planned? I know Brittany's got them farm animals to attend to. Do I know who Morgan J is? No, is he a rapper? I don't know who Morgan J is, but if he is an artist and you vouch for him, I will check him out on Spotify. I love finding new artists. I definitely love finding new good artists. Who am I listening to these days? I've been listening to a lot. Well, I've been listening to Kanye's new album. Um, I've been listening to J. Cole's new album. Who else have I been listening to? I've been listening to Baby Keem's new album. Uh, I like me some 21 Savage. Yeah, I like him. Been listening to that. I'd love a cup. You deliver. I would deliver, especially if I get to go visit some farm animals and be around some nature. I wish you were close, and I would definitely deliver a cup of coffee and pet an animal or two. Me and my boyfriend seen him in Pittsburgh last week. He was absolutely hilarious. He's a comedian. Oh, okay, Morgan J. He's a comedian. I'll check him out. Pittsburgh, you from Pittsburgh? My family's from Pittsburgh. I was in Pittsburgh about a year ago visiting, and oh, it was a couple of years ago, man. Time flies by so fast. I was in Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh, by the way. Pittsburgh is such a beautiful city, underrated city. Oh man, underrated city. Not just the city, but the houses, the homes in Pittsburgh are so beautiful. The architecture in is so beautiful. What I don't like about Pittsburgh is how grumpy everybody is. Why is everybody so grumpy? The only time when I was in Pittsburgh for 2 weeks. I don't go to Pittsburgh very often to visit family. It's like once every 4 years, right? But the last time I was in Pittsburgh, the only time I felt like people weren't grumpy was when I was in a yoga class. The yoga people aren't grumpy because yoga people try not to be grumpy. But I'm a big fan of the city in Pittsburgh. Beautiful city. You got a nice spot. I did some show. I did a couple comedy shows in Pittsburgh, and I did some open mics in Pittsburgh as well. He mostly does crowd work. Morgan J. I'm gonna check him out. Have you ever tried modeling? I have. My younger years, my younger days, I was modeling. I came out here. I was acting and modeling. I talked about this before. I've done pretty much everything except for singing when it comes to entertainment. I've acted, I've modeled. Uh, Now I do mostly comedy. I've written things, I produce things, mostly comedy, writing, and producing. Well, I'm getting back into writing, um, but so I'm 44 and I just only want to do things that are fulfilling and fun. And modeling is not fulfilling and fun or fun. It's not fun at all. And a lot of times you see, especially if you're not in entertainment, you see these things and you're like, oh, that would be so cool to be a model. Oh, that would be so cool to be an actor. Or that would be so cool to be a comic. But what you don't see is it's not as cool and as fun as you think. Like modeling is not fun at all. I mean, you're trying on clothes, you're standing, you're taking pictures, you're you're putting. It's not fun. You're starving yourself because you gotta be as thin as possible. So I don't like to be thin. I like to have muscle on me. I like to be in the gym. So I don't like to have that model look where I just look very thin. But there are commercial modeling that I would fit into a little bit better, but also commercial modeling not fun. Commercial acting not fun at all. it's the whole process getting the job is not fun, especially commercial acting. You're auditioning for maybe a minute, and and you're doing hundreds of auditions to book, one job, and it's pretty annoying and exhausting, and you're dealing with casting directors who are all strange people, and yeah, it's just not fun for me, you know. So I'm just trying to find my fun, really. Vermont. You live in Vermont. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a ways, but maybe one of these days, Brittany, I'll tour in Vermont and then come visit the animals and the farm. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, Pittsburgh. You know about Kerala in India? I don't. I don't know. I know there is so much to do in Pittsburgh and it is beautiful at night. Yes, the people are butt munches here. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, Pittsburgh's people are interesting. I feel like, okay, not to, I know people don't like when I talk about race, but when I was in Pittsburgh, it seemed that the black people and the white people could not stand each other. But it also was like I would go to Pittsburgh and I'm like, the black people here, what's wrong with y'all? Like, like, like they were so aggressive in Pittsburgh, just everywhere, yelling and just like it was just like such a strange thing. And then the white people were just like so kind of segregated. And it was just I didn't experience like last it was like 2 years ago when I was in Pittsburgh. And I was just like, huh. The last time I was in Pittsburgh, I was a lot younger, so I didn't experience that side of it, like actual the people, you know, and the dynamic, the culture, and experiencing that was like, this place is beautiful. I could see myself living here if there was no people here. It was just me in the city. I could live there, but I couldn't live there with those people. Couldn't live there. I couldn't live it. I couldn't live it. I couldn't do it. Could not. They all want the smoke in Pittsburgh. I got a couple buddies there, and they all just ready for the shits. Yeah, that's what I've noticed, man. I mean, I would go into stores, and because whenever I go to a city, I don't like travel heavy. I'll go to a city and then I'll buy stuff. I'll buy clothes. I remember going into like a Foot Locker and just like the people that worked there were like, it was almost like they hated their job. They didn't, I was like, yo, why is everybody so rude here? Like, what's going on in Pittsburgh? Everybody, it's like nobody likes anybody here. Interesting. You know, this is why I don't think I could ever leave Los Angeles because you say what you want about Los Angeles, and Los Angeles, there's a lot to say about Los Angeles. But the people here, we're pretty good with each other in regards to most other places that I've been. We're good with each other. And I think because LA is such a melting pot, there's so many different races, so many different types of people, and we're all just here doing it. And LA is a tough place to live. It's expensive. So we're all just like, man, we're all just trying to make it. We're all just trying to figure this out. So we're pretty good with each other. I do complain about how we are often, but in regards to other places I've been, I don't think I could live any other place. There's another place I have been that I did enjoy, and that was Austin, Texas. When I was in Austin, Texas, I enjoyed Austin, Texas, and I enjoyed the people in Austin, Texas. Now, I wasn't there for a long time. I was touring there a couple of times, and the longest I stayed was a month. Um, The summers are really humid and stinky, and I didn't like that. But I did consider like maybe I could live in Austin. You know, they got a big comedy scene that's kind of booming right now. Kill Tony's there, and I got the comedy mothership, and Joe Rogan's there. There's a lot of things happening in Austin. I need a lot of things to be happening wherever I'm at. I need a lot of things to be happening. Um, and Austin feels like that space. Austin feels like a place that I could possibly live, but it's still for me not better than Los Angeles for me. Number one, you can't get better weather than Los Angeles. It rained yesterday, and I was just like, ooh, yes, rain, because it doesn't rain here very often, but it's just a nice. The climate is nice. You can't beat it here. You can't beat it. Fiction or nonfiction? Both. Both. I like both. I like both. I like real stuff, and I also like make believe, man. My comedy is a mixture of both. I take real things happening in my life and I put make believe on top of it, and it confuses people. A lot of people be like, "Man, Leroy, he's really toxic." Listen to his comedy. He talks about his son, and he talks about his life and his wife, and he's so toxic, you know. But these are like not real scenarios or kind of make believe. I have a clip that's going viral, a father son clip, where I took my son to an AAU basketball game, and in the clip I say you didn't play the second game because you tried to dunk it from the free throw line on your second free throw. That's the punchline, and I have a clip of him trying to do it. Now he actually did try to do it, but it he actually did. So I used that clip in this sketch, and people are losing their mind. But and he did try to do that, and it was ridiculous that he tried to do it. But the sketch is not accurate to actually what did happen. He did play both games, and the second game they were up by like 30 points, and his friends gassed him up like, "Hey, I bet you won't try to dunk it from the free throw line," and it was a very very silly, not wise thing for him to do. And we did have a talk about it. And then after the fact, I was like, "Hey, bro, we should put this in a sketch because that was ridiculous that you tried to do that." And he was like, "All right, let's put it in the sketch," and we did, and now it's going viral because everybody thinks it's real, and it's kind of real because he did do that, but it's not accurate to how I wrote the sketch. Come back to Pittsburgh. I will definitely go see your show. I will definitely be back to Pittsburgh. I have too much family not to ever go back. So stay locked in. I will be back one of these days. Who knows when? Hopefully, my goal is to start touring after or touring this year in September. Pittsburgh might be one of the places I tour to. I have a huge family in Pittsburgh. My dad is from Pittsburgh. He's from Manchester. That's where he was born and raised. And he has four brothers and five sisters. So I have a lot of aunts, a lot of uncles and cousins. My grandparents they passed away, but born and raised in Pittsburgh. So I have a huge family in Pittsburgh. So I definitely will be back sooner or later. Yeah, no? Are you missing old movies and old actors, actresses? Oh man. I was a big movie buff when I was growing up. I mean, the movies in the 90s were all good. Almost, I mean, you would rarely see a bad movie, you know. It the movie industry was just so different. And yes, to answer your question, yes. I miss that because it's just so different now. Actors are different, movies are different, movies are made different, movies are written different. Um, and yeah, I do miss that because back in the day, movies were just so good, you know, and the whole industry has changed. And it's one of the reasons why I don't really go hard pursuing acting anymore. There's not a lot of movies that I see I want to be in. There's not a lot of TV shows I want to be in. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh man, you would do so good in Tyler Perry films and Tyler Perry shows." Dude, I do not have any interest in doing Tyler Perry anything. It's just not respectfully. And Tyler Perry, I respect everything that he has done and built, but I'm not a big fan of most of the things that he does. And I've worked with Tyler Perry. I was his stand-in once, um, which is funny because I was his stand-in for when he was doing a Medea commercial, and I had to wear the Medea whole thing, the whole thing, the wig, the dress, all of it, as his stand-in. It was wild. The 90s were the best time to be alive. We were really lucky to experience it. There's not a lie told. I feel sorry for anybody that has not gotten to experience the 90s, man. There's so many things about the 90s that were so good. Number one, is it just me, or was racism at an all time low in the 90s compared to every other decade? The 90s, we all were like, chill. Maybe it was a Rodney King thing that got us to settle down. Maybe that's what it was, which happened in what, 95? No, that's when OJ, that's when that happened, 95. Maybe that's also what got us to chill down, or maybe that, I don't know. But the 90s seemed like we all were like cool with each other for a little bit. Early 2000s too. I feel like early 2000s too, we seemed to be all cool with each other. Then Obama became president, and people were like, People were like, oh, wait a second. Wait a second. And then Trump came, and man, now we are how we are. Now we are how we are again. We're such an interesting group of people, aren't we? If you have a picture of Medea, I am afraid we are gonna have to need to see those. You know, I'd have to search for a picture. And the last time I searched my phone to try to find a picture, because I know I did take a picture. I know I did take a couple of pictures. The last time I tried to search, I couldn't find it, and thank God, because I would have to post it. So I don't know if I have it. I'm not too excited about going and searching my phone and seeing if I do have it. I also I'm not confident that if I found a picture of me in the Medea outfit, I would share it with you. I don't know if I would do that. I actually don't think I would, to be honest. I don't think I would. We judge off a character, off not race. Obama pooped, pooped, popped up everything and went to hell, and it ain't stopped rolling down since. Yeah. Oh, popped up. Yeah, yeah. Popped up everything. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's all just a politics do get us all kind of get us all weird. All right, guys. This was a good stream. This was a good stream. We have ventured into an hour and 15 minutes, and that is good for me today. I got some work to do. I need another cup of coffee before I get to editing. But I would like to say thank you for jumping on this stream today. This is the Triggered Yogi live stream. This is the kid, the Triggered Yogi himself, Yoga Leroy, Leon Walker. You could find me on Facebook, Leon Walker. You could find me on Instagram, Yoga Leroy Guys Jokes. On Twitter, my page is 16 Dad Jokes. Follow that page. I need to get to 1,000. Brittany, please follow that page. I need to get to 1,000 so I could start live streaming. You know, I know, Brittany, you said you don't have any social media. Start a TikTok page so you can follow that page. Brittany, thank you. Appreciate you for jumping on here. Give one of those horses a big old kiss on the lips for me, and I'll come visit one of these days. Uh, Matter Cook, thanks for jumping on. Subscribe to the channel, my boy. Who else we got? Heavens. Appreciate you. Thanks for jumping on the stream. Subscribe to the channel, Heavens. I'd like to see you again. Who else we got? Who else we got? Jerron, thanks for jumping on here, my boy. Dom, always appreciate you. Where are my trolls at? 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 Here's one. Stop trying to be cool. Thanks for jumping on, man. Thanks for jumping on. Saxon, thanks for jumping on. Arthur, there's my favorite troll of the day, Arthur. Thanks for jumping on, brother. Thanks for putting in your little 2 cents. All right, you guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Make it a powerful one. Keep that positive momentum. Stay in that high vibration, that positivity. You know, it takes work. Takes work to keep rolling that positivity in your life, to stay in that high vibration. It takes a little effort. Axel Foley, my man, what's good? Good to see you, man. We jumping off though, man. Why you jump on so late, brother? But always good seeing you, Axel Foley. Thanks for jumping on. All right, you guys, have a great day. Have a powerful day. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Same trigger time, same trigger channel. I'll see you soon. Peace.